Well, good morning, Snug Harbor, and welcome to our morning meditation for this Tuesday morning. My name is Chaplain Shane Thompson, and welcome to all of you as we continue looking at one of the 12 steps this morning. This morning we continue on step 3. As we begin, I want to welcome all of our new people into the cottage. I'm so sorry I can't be there to meet you in person, but I will meet you soon enough. I hope you're settling in well, and I hope you had a restful evening. Our morning meditations are a spiritual look at one of the 12 steps. This is not a chance for me as a chaplain to shove religion at you or down your throat. We take a broad look at the 12 steps. We spend a couple days on each step, digging deeper into them and what it means to you. That being said, any reference to God, Allah, Lord, Buddha, Jesus, whatever that may be, is all in relation to how you see your higher power. With that being said, this morning, let us begin with our serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Drawing on that wisdom, we look for December 29th. And the thought for today is looking through others' eyes. When someone points out a shortcoming, our first reaction may be defensive. But if we truly want to be free, we'll take a good look at input from fellow addicts. At some point in our recovery, we come to the awkward realization that the way we see ourselves is not necessarily the way that others see us. We are probably neither as bad, as good, as beautiful, or as ugly as we think we are. But we are too close to ourselves to really tell for sure. That's where our friends in the program can come in, caring enough to share with us what they see when they look in our direction. They tell us the good things about ourselves we might not know. They also tell us the hard things too that we might not be able to see. We may react defensively to such help, and in some cases, justly so. However, even malicious remarks about our supposed shortcomings can shed light on aspects of our recovery that we cannot see ourselves. Wherever a useful insight comes from, for whatever reason it is offered, we can't afford to discount it. We don't need to wait for others to spontaneously offer their insight. When we spend time with our sponsor or other members we trust, we can make the first move. We can ask them to tell us what they see about particular areas of our lives to which we can be blind. We want a broader vision of our life than just our own. We can have that vision by seeing ourselves through the eyes of others. So just for today, I will seek to see myself as I truly am. I will listen to what others say about me and see myself through their eyes. With that thought in mind, and as we reflect back on the past 24 hours, let's prepare ourselves for this morning's meditation as we listen to our opening song.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are my light, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore.
All right, so as we pick back up on step 3, let's visit with our friends the Skit Guys as they introduce us a little deeper into this step.
Step 3, that is where we turn our life and our will over to the care of God. That is basically saying daily, God, I surrender to you.
To show you what it looks like to surrender to God, my friend Ed and I are going to give you a visual picture of what it means to fall into the arms of God. This is called the trust fall.
We're not doing this.
Just do it.
No, we're not doing this.
Just
We
go.
did not talk about it. I'm not going to do this. We didn't talk about it. No, why? I don't trust you like that.
Why?
Because I'm not going to fall into your arms.
I want to show them what it looks like to trust God.
You're not God.
Yeah, but I played him on TV. It's pretty much the same thing.
It's not the same thing. No, not even close to the same thing. I just don't want to do it.
Come on.
Okay. I will do this. I will show them. I will do this illustration to show them what it looks like to fall into God's heavenly arms, to surrender to God.
Okay. This is what it looks like to surrender everything over and fall into God's arms.
Fall into my arms, child.
God does not sound like Johnny Cash.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
No.
I do not.
Take this serious.
I can't take it serious. You're
Some
not taking
people think he sounds like Johnny
No,
Cash.
nobody does.
Carl Perkins.
Fall into my arms, child.
You're so heavy.
So in step 3, we make a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. And this is a big thing. And all the way back in step 1, we looked at the comparison of step 1 and that first noble truth of Buddhism. And that first noble truth of Buddhism is that life is suffering. And we talked a lot about how, man, we know that. We live it every day. We have suffered so much at the hands of our addiction. Well, in step 3, we again return and we look at the third noble truth of Buddhism. And that third noble truth is the cessation of suffering. So this morning I want you to sit back. My face isn't even on the screen, so you're not distracted by my rugged handsomeness. All right, stop laughing. I want you to sit back. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you this morning to begin by considering the similarities between the third step of our 12-step program and the third noble truth. In step 3, we make a conscious decision to change the direction of our lives by giving up control. Until this point, we had been the director of our lives. We decided what we did, who we associated with, where we worked, and many, many other things. Our self-will was the driving force in our lives. Yet our self-will did nothing to ensure manageability of our lives. In fact, we have realized and surrendered to how unmanageable our condition was. Our self-will had run riot. We were out of control because it had gotten out of control. We believed that we were directing our will toward the care of our lives, ourselves. But instead we had given up control, and we had allowed our self-will to take over. This negative surrender and unhealthy letting go of our control has resulted in the progression of our addiction. It has caused wreckage, and it has brought us to our knees. We have surrendered to these facts. In step 1, that we were powerless over our addiction and that our lives were unmanageable, that we weren't able to fix ourselves. In step 2, instead, something more powerful was out there. There was a power greater than ourselves. Something needs to set us on the right course towards healing and towards health. And yet it's here we begin to struggle. On one hand, we desperately want our suffering to end, but we struggle against the idea of a power greater than ourselves. We believed we were in control until we were painfully shown the opposite. Maybe we feel that we can't trust this power greater than us, whether it's a god, a being, magical, mystical, or otherworldly. After all, whatever we believed was in control of this universe before had failed to get us sober, had disappointed us. Maybe we even feel that it had abandoned us. We were unable to trust that there was something bigger than our will. We believed that perhaps maybe we just didn't have the discipline. In the third noble truth, the Buddha shows us that suffering will end. And in the third step of the 12-step program, it shows us how this will happen. However, we must make a decision. This is a turning point. We have to be open and honest, and most importantly, willing to see a power greater than ourselves. Seeing a power greater than ourselves, a God of our understanding at work in our lives, it may come easily, or maybe it's really difficult for you. Regardless of that, as you sit there this morning with your eyes closed, thinking, I want you to bring to mind a recent coincidence or a situation that worked out in your life. Consider the pieces of that situation. I want you to trace this event back to its root and then follow it all the way to its completion. As you sit there thinking about this coincidence, this situation that just happened to work out, answer these questions in your mind. What happened? What did you want to have happen? What did you do to direct the situation for the outcome you desired? Did you force your will on the situation? Did you feel in control or out of control? Did things turn out the way you had hoped? Was the outcome better or worse than expected? Look at the path the situation took. Connect the dots between the parts of what happened. Can you see the connection between the things? Were those connections things that you created? Or were you merely in the right place at the right time? Introduced to someone out of the blue who made a positive difference in the situation. What happened that was out of the ordinary, that changed the course of the situation? When we have these experiences and don't know how they will end up, we tend to plan or picture things going a certain way. Because we're human beings living a spiritual experience, things almost never work out the way we planned. Instead, things beyond our control align and bring people, places, and things into our life that affect the situation. Sometimes we think these things work out well, and sometimes we think they don't. However, they always end up the way they do because there's a power greater than ourselves at work. Think this morning of all the times things of this nature happen to you. And when we do that, we begin to see how we really did not have as much control as we may have wanted to. Regardless of whether we acknowledge a power greater than ourselves, that power is always at work in the universe, in our lives and in the lives of every sentient being. Now, we may choose to call that power God or Allah, Jesus, Buddha, or the name of any other religious figure that we believe in. However, we each have a higher power that is a guiding force in our lives. The third step and the third noble truth invite us to let go of our will, to take our hands off the wheel and to acknowledge this power, and to begin to connect more regularly with it. It is in this way that suffering ceases. As we think on that this morning, let's listen to our song of reflection on our day ahead, reminding us that sometimes all we can do is just raise a broken hallelujah.
Barely stand right now. Everything is crashing down, and I wonder where you are. I try to find the words to pray. I don't always know what to say, but you're the one that can hear my heart. Your plan is, I know you make beauty from these ashes.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Guys, I hope you have a good day today. I hope you make the most of it. Work hard in your individual sessions and your groups. We are all here to help you. If there's anything we can do, just let us know. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.